Hello guys, welcome to our new video tutorial series of operating system. In my previous video, I had explained about the preemptive scheduling and non-preemptive scheduling and discussed the similarities and differences between these scheduling. So in this video, I will explain about the priority scheduling. So priority scheduling is a method used by an operating system to decide which process should run next based on the priority levels assigned to each other process. In the system, processes with a higher priority are given access to the CPU before those with a lower priority. Okay, so how are process scheduled based on priority levels? Each process in the system is assigned by a priority number. The operating system then uses these priority numbers to determine the order in which the process should be executed. So, as I told you about in my previous examples, that the five students and a professor answering their questions one by one, and suddenly there is a girl came up with the highest priority, and professor start answering her question first. So this is the priority. So how processes schedule based on priority levels? So again, we have the preemptive and non-preemptive priority scheduling. In preemptive priority scheduling, in this version, if a new process arrives with a higher priority, then the currently running process is interrupted and moved to the waiting stage. The new higher priority process takes over the CPU immediately. So if there is a student, five students, and the professor, starts answering each student like uh, each student have five questions, and professor just answering only two questions one by one. And suddenly there is a girl came and she had like two questions or maybe three questions. The professor gave priority to her and answering their question, and the remaining student will be in a wait state. So they will wait until the priority student will answer will be finished. So, and the next thing is non-preemptive priority scheduling. So in this version, when the process start executed, it runs to completion without being interrupted, even if a new process with a higher priority arrives. So the CPU will only switch to a new process with the current one finished. So, but in the, like as I told you about non-preemptive priority scheduling, so if there is if it a new student came with a higher priority, the CPU will only switch to a new process until the professor, the same example, the professor will treat the priority student, but once he finished the answering the current student. So priority based non-preemptive scheduling. How does priority based non-preemptive scheduling work? In priority based non-preemptive scheduling, the operating system select the process with the higher priority from the queue and assign to the CPU once the process begins execution. It will continue running until it finish, regardless of any process that arrived during this execution. So, what are these steps involved? Process arrival. Multiple processes arrive in the system, each with assigned priority. Base each selection based on priority. The processes with a higher priority select to run on the CPU. If two or more processes have the same priority, the system typically choose one, then arrive first. Which one arrive first? Processes choose that. Execution. The select process start running on the CPU. It continues to run without interruption until it's fully completed. So once the process is completed, the CPU is then assigned to next high level priority in the queue. So here is a perfect example of non-preemptive priority scheduling. So as you see that we have the five processes, and each process has completion time, the burst time, and we assign the priority to each process, like, and the arrival time is 0 second, like all the processes came up at 0 seconds. Okay, so now it will be decided according to these priority numbers. So the one who execute first, who has a high priority, the number one. Okay, so irrespective of arrival time, so the process 2 has one priority and it will take 1 second to complete, so it will complete, you know then it will not do like complete 1 second and then go to the next priority and then complete some and then again go to the one. Non-preemptive scheduling is different. It will finish all the process at the same time. Like if the process starts P1, it will execute P1 and then switch to the P2. So then we have the priority of number 2 with the process 5. It will take 5 seconds. So it will take 5 seconds, 1 to 5, and then at 6 second it will go to the priority number 3, which takes 10 seconds. Then it will go to complete that process 1, which will take 10 seconds, and then it will go to the process 3, which has 4 priority. It will complete in 2 seconds, and then at the last we have 5 priority, which is the last process to be executed, which will take 1 seconds. So it will take total like 19 seconds uh, to complete the process 4. So average waiting time is the interval time between these processes. So 0 plus 1 plus 6 plus 16 plus 18, and we have 5 process, so divided by 5 is 8.2 is the average waiting time for processes. So this is how non-preemptive priority works with the priorities. If we have the priority according to the least, like the one which has the highest priority, then second, then third, then fourth, then fifth. So hope you understand this very well, because it's a very nice example that will teach you best way to priority scheduling. So it should process based on the priority levels, with the highest priority process being executed first. Then non-preemptive version in priority base. Non-preemptive scheduling: once the process starts running, it cannot be interrupted even if the high priority process arrives later. The process runs to completion before the next highest priority is selected. So irrespective of priority, we cannot interrupt the process. Like we have a process 5 which has take 5 seconds. So certainly if there is a higher priority will come, we cannot interrupt that process 5. It will complete the process 5, and then it will move to the next process with the higher priority. So this is how non-preemptive priority scheduling works. Hope you like my video. Please stay for us for our next informative video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.